What's good, YouTube? Today I want to ask the real question. Why can't we here in the USA, or even Europe, or Australia, have the nice things? It seems that everywhere I look, every time there's an article on Yu-Gi-Oh! Org about something really cool that I would hope would be represented over here, it's in Japan. So this is the OCG Duel Festival 2017. Now, it starts off with a continuation of this, and we'll get to that in a second. But for OCG players attending the Duel Festival, they'll get 10 packs of a new promotional pack that includes 5 new cards. Wouldn't that be a way to do a TCG exclusive? Wouldn't that be a way to have a bang out here and really give something back to the players? 10 packs and 5 brand new cards in them, and a new token card. That's pretty cool. And it'll have 12 cards in total, so there's even reprints in here. We'll, of course, list that when the new pack becomes known to the general public. So, Org doesn't know what they are yet. We don't know what they are. 5 brand new cards. How could we know what they are? Attendees will get a special Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Festival 2017 Special Duel Field and Protector. That's pretty cool. And then, this is where I really like it. It's competitive. The OCG corner of the event will include an A zone, B zone, and C zone. For each zone, you'll get the following awards based off of on the cards. A zone, win and you'll get 2 packs, lose and you still get a pack. B zone, win, you get 1 pack, you lose, you get 1 pack. So you break even no matter what in B zone going to A zone. And in the C zone, you win, you get a pack, you lose, you get nothing. So it's more competitive. Like, you basically start in the C zone, you duel somebody, and you move on up. It's so cool how they have all these themes related to the show, too. Duels in the OCG zone are best of 1, no duel, no side deck. So it's not the most competitive, but you still have a chance to play competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Against these guys. And obviously, it goes progressively harder. The Knights of Hanoi Invasion Corner is a duel against the OCG instructors wearing the Knights of Hanoi outfits. They go so hard, too. Like, you look at our TCG voice actor duels, they come as a vacation, they're dressed nice, and of course it's nice to be nice to our voice actors, but the Japanese voice actors are so into it. At Worlds you saw Kaiba dressed as Kaiba. I wish we could get that, but I guess he just doesn't fit the part. And they also have some other cool stuff. At the Duel Links corner, you'll be able to get your hands on special pins, stickers, and promotional packs. They had this at Comic-Con too. So let's compare this directly to Comic-Con. Comic-Con, you have to buy a playmat. You could get some pins for Duel Links. And you can do Duel the Master, but Duel the Master has made up rules. It's hyper competitive. They're supposed to win all the time and maybe nudge a few wins to the kids. Like this, you're facing this realistic kind of zone. You're getting tons of other stuff. 10 packs, 5 new cards, a mat too. And while you can buy your mats at Comic-Con for, I believe, $30, for about $20 US, you can buy these mats. And they have multiple locations. So look at all the cities they're gonna hit in a row. 5 weeks in a row, they're gonna hit all these cities, and they're gonna be selling these special mats, Cyverse and Trickstar, only at these events. We get mats with reused character art. They reuse that character art all the time. Now, would I be this mad if we could get other nice things? Probably not. But OCG had an open chat for Worlds. Yeah, I still care about that. Our chat was shut off within hours. Again. For no real apparent reason. Now, there are other things, but they are typically for beginners. Simo talked about it. There was like a Duel Festival day where they taught beginners how to play for the most part, and the duels weren't that competitive. I think Chris Borovic runs it with some hired company by Konami, and they go out to areas and teach. This OCG Duel Festival seems catered towards all fan bases, casual who want to learn to get into it, people who already know. They have like this tier system where you can play through to win things and fight tougher opponents each time. They have the villains of the show there, dressed up as the villains of the show. The Knights of Hanoi, maybe Playmaker will appear. It's crazy what they get. Now, what I really want to talk about compared to this is one easy step that Konami could give us something as nice as theirs with a similar schedule. You saw that schedule that showed where they're going to show up when over here. Does it remind you of anything? If you're an older player, it might. if you're a newer player, you never heard of these, because I think they ended when Upper Deck got taken out of contention. These are the Yu-Gi-Oh! Mall Tours. Yu-Gi-Oh! Would actually go mall to mall promoting their game, and it would be a huge event. I remember going to these as early as Pharaoh's Servant, and you would walk the entire mall, and it would be filled with Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, duelists, hundreds of them. They would announce they would be in that city at X date, and the whole entire place would be filled. And they would have this play area where you could play people like Julia Hedberg and Jason Grabermeyer, and you could actually get to meet people that were versed and really deep into the game. We're missing that. We're missing that kind of extra special connection. We have tournaments where you can still meet and talk to them here and there, but we're missing that extra step, and I'm not going to give Upper Deck any extra credit. They did some terrible things, and they deserved to be punted away from the game. But there's one thing that they did do right. One thing, and that's, I feel, they promoted the game in a more direct-to-consumer base, and maybe that's an old school thing. Maybe I'm old. I'm 28 and I still love Yu-Gi-Oh! But maybe that's an old school advertisement kind of mentality, but I feel like we're missing it. I feel like this extra special kind of connection to the game, this extra special day where you could have people dressed up silly like the villains, have the hero appear. I know that there are people who cosplay everybody really correctly, like that Pheromone guy. He definitely does really good cosplays, and you could sign someone like him up. I know he's a Konami judge. I know he works Konami events, the biggest and the smallest. He actually does our Dallas regionals. So there are people you could resource, people you could hire to make this day truly special for kids. And, you know, us adults, I would enjoy it. You know, if I were to have a kid one day, I would want him to have that kind of experience. But instead it seems limited to the OCG. And, you know, I don't want to take it away. Like, they did hire SEMO for one of those days where people learn how to play the game, but that's learning how to play the game. It's just learning. I want something that all competitors can enjoy, and to me, Comic-Con's a limited circuit. They hit New York, they hit California, they hit a few more. I want to see a nationwide mall tour again, personally. But what are some things that you guys could think of that would be perhaps fitting of the nature of what we're talking about? Like, where would you like to see malls? In my opinion, big malls are the perfect place for that. But maybe there's something even better. We have the Yu-Gi-Oh! Extravaganza. It's seen as a joke here, and I don't know that they get it because they continue it over and over. Attendance for them is at an all-time low. But Japan has things like this. You can buy mats and win things, and they reveal brand new things at them. I feel like that just hits the mark so well. Is this all because I'm salty over an open chat? Nah. I really do want the best of things for us. I really do want the best for this community. And I know how hard it is to run the show. I know how hard it is for Konami to get approved to do things like this. I know how, especially Konami USA, they have to get the okay from Konami Japan. I know how hard it is for them. But they should be pressing very hard to have something like a Duel Festival for us. They should be presenting products that we didn't even know we wanted. It's not just listening to us, but innovating ahead and trying hard. And I think the UDS program was a great try at that. The UDS program is really awesome. It's actually the biggest tournament of the year next to Nationals. There's only 2 of them, though. It kind of started out as a judge reward program, but then it became an everybody program real fast for people who consistently play the game. And I think the UDS is really awesome. And it's something we didn't know we wanted. A wrestling belt for Yu-Gi-Oh! Woo! But this just shows the extra mile Japan gets. And I know Japan's a smaller country. I know 5 cities is a lot more to them than it is to us. But I would love to see something like this here. Just my imagination runs wild on the kind of times that I would have as a teenager or kid being able to go to these. Even me as an adult. My weeby self, my adult self, I would love going here and having this kind of a time. What about you guys? What would you say are some improvements that could be made to the current system? There's tons on my mind, maybe a regional prize card, but apparently that won't happen sometime soon. It would be really cool to see like each regional season have a different prize card alongside the map, and you could validate printing enough of them. You could have so many different things for this game. But what are something extra that isn't currently in the USA that might be over in Japan, might be somewhere else that you would like to see here in America, here maybe in Europe, maybe in Australia, something worldwide similar to Duel Festival? Thanks for watching, guys, and I'd love to hear your thoughts.